Hello students, I am Pushpanjali from CBSE classes. Today I will teach you The Wind of class 9th, written by Subramanyam Bharati. Now first of all let me tell you about the poet. Subramanyam Bharati was born on 11 December 1882 in Ittyapuram and he died on 12 September 1921 in Chennai. Before this, I want to also tell you that the poem Wind is written by Subramanyam Bharati, but it was originally in Tamil. It was translated in English by A.K. Ramarjanam, isn't it? So, we cannot say actually like that. Clear? Now, let me tell you first of all, before starting the poetry, I will tell you the central idea of the poem. This poem describes the power of the wind on nature and human life. It focuses on the violent aspect of the wind that causes heavy destruction. The poet tells us that the wind makes fun of weak peoples and things, but favors the strong. He therefore suggests the reader to be both physically and mentally strong. The wind here is the symbol of hardship and obstacles which human beings have to face in their life. If we remain strong, we overcome any obstacles. Isn't it, dear children? So this poetry is having some hidden messages inside it. Okay? Now come to the poetry. First of all, line by line explanation we will do. See, wind. So, the chapter wind means what is the meaning of wind here? Why the poet has given the topic wind? So, wind means challenges, isn't it? The wind means challenges in our life. There are many challenges that we have to face. So, come, we will see line by line explanation. Wind comes softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. Now, let me tell you first of all 4-line explanation, then 4-line explanation. Now, this in the first 4 line, the poet is telling, requesting the wind. He is telling just to come softly, to come slowly. Isn't it? He is requesting the wind to come softly and slowly and don't break the shutters of the windows. Means he is requesting the wind to move slowly, come slowly and don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. He is requesting the wind again not to scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. Means he is requesting that please don't just bring the books down. Isn't it? So we have seen that the poet here is requesting the wind to blow gently. He asks the wind not to break the shutters of the windows, scatter the papers and throw down the books from the shelf. But in the second 4 lines we will see, there, look what you did. The wind is very rigid, isn't it? So what the wind did? But the wind does not listen to him and turn violent and destructive. It throws down everything and tears the pages of the books. The poet accuses the winds for bringing rain once again. So now what the poet is telling? So poet is telling that the wind is very rigid. Now once more he brought the rain just once again. Okay. Now come to the next 4 lines. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. Now, in these 4 lines, the author is telling that I know. Now, before this, I will tell you the hard meanings. Okay. So, what is the meaning of frail? Frail means weak. And what is the meaning of poking? Poking means making off. What is the meaning of weaklings? So weakling means weak people or weak person you can say. Crumbling, crumbling means to destroy, destroying. Rafters, rafters means sloping beams supporting for roof, pillar you can say. Now wind god, wind god is a symbolic means all kind of wind, you can say. Winnows, the meaning of winnows is to separate weak from the strong. Okay. Now see, here the author is telling that the wind is very rigid, not following the author. So he tells the wind that it always make fun of weak peoples and weak things. It destroys, he just crumble down weak houses, weak doors and weak pillars. It tears down the weak bodies and weak hearts. But it does not harm to the strong. So poet very strongly is recommending that the wind is only destroying the weak people, weak things, but it does not do any harm to the strong one. Isn't it? Now this, I think this 4 line is clear. Come to the next 4 line. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. Practice to form the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this and the wind will be friends with us. Now, in these lines, the author is telling, so first of all, what is the meaning of steadfast? Steadfast means firm and determined. Means if you will become firm and determined, then nobody will disturb you. Isn't it? And firm means make strong. So, in this paragraph, the poet is telling, he won't do what you tell him because the wind is very rigid. The wind is not following what the poet is telling. So, the poet is telling, the wind is very rigid. It will not follow you what you will tell. So, do what we can do. We can make ourselves stronger, isn't it? So, he is telling, come, let's build strong houses. We will make our home strong, isn't it? Let's join the doors firmly. We will join the doors firmly. We will join it very firm means just now I have told now. Firm means to make strong. We will make our doors will be strong. Practice to form the body. Now we will make our body strong. We will make our heart determined that the wind cannot disturb us. The wind cannot harm us. Isn't it? So in this 4 lines the poet is telling, the poet says that it up to the wind god whether it brings destruction or it shows mercy. The poet suggests the reader that to make friends with the wind, we need to build strong homes, we form doors. He also suggests people be strong both physically and mentally to combat and resist the ill effects of the wind. Isn't it? So I think these lines are clear to you all. Now come to the last 4 lines. Isn't it? So this last 4 lines, the last 4 lines of the poem tell us about the nature of the wind. What is the nature of the wind? This last 4 lines will tell us. The wind blows out weak fires. It makes strong fire roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Now, very important line these 4 lines are. Okay. So, now in these 4 lines, the poet is telling that the poet says that it is up to the wind god whether it brings destruction or shows mercy. Isn't it? Now, in this 4 lines we will see the wind blows and weak fires. Now what the wind is doing? Wind is also doing the same role that the human beings we are doing in our life. We are just pressing the weak people. Isn't it? Strongers are getting no harm. But weak people we are always just on him. So the last 4 lines are telling it blows out those fires which burn with a weak force. But the strong fires turn stronger by the wind. It means that the wind is supportive of those who are already strong and powerful, but crushes the weak. Isn't it? A very significant message is hidden in these 4 lines. Getting children, dear children? So please pay attention here. A significant message that is hidden in these 4 lines are strong people are not affected by adversities, but weak do. So it is good to be a friend of the wind, which is a symbol of hardship and obstacles, because only then we will be able to face tough times. Isn't it? So very nice. We have got the message from this. We can also say that the poem conveys the idea that nobody cares for the weak, isn't it? Nobody cares for the weak people. Only all will support the stronger one. Even the wind is on the side of the strong people. So we have seen the examples now. Wind is also supporting the strong people. We must make ourselves strong to become successful and overcome the challenges in life. Isn't it? So dear students, let me tell you, the topic was wind, and this wind, this stands for, is a symbol for challenge. Isn't it? So I think this poetry is understood to everyone. You all understood the poetry. So come to the rhyming scheme of the poem. Isn't it? What is the rhyming scheme of the poem? See, this poetry, this poem Wind, it does not have any rhyming scheme. Okay? This does not have any rhyming scheme because it is written in a free verse. This poetry is written in free verse. Hence, there is no rhyming scheme in this poetry. So, come to the poetic device. Many poetic devices this poetry is having. Okay? Rhyming scheme is not there. So, poetic devices. The poem contains 4 stanza and each stanza contains 5 lines. This is called a quatrain. Thus, the poem contains 4 quatrains. Isn't it? See, I think in the first, when I have taught you the road not taken, I have told you the different poetic devices used by the poet. So, there are personification, metaphor, alliteration, anaphora, many poetic devices are there. But what is important? Important is that here the poet has used alliteration. You can see alliteration where strong fires roar and flourish. That you can see in the last paragraph. It is given na strong fires. Second last paragraph. He makes strong fire roar and flourish. So there the sound, F sound got repeated. F and F. You can see na fires also F and flourish also F. Okay. Now come to the metaphor. I think this whole poetry is metaphor only. Isn't it? But in line 12th, you can see the whole poem is a metaphor as it ends on a note to humanity to stand against all ravages, natural and man-made. Now we have seen that it is metaphor because many things got compared here, isn't it? But come to see line 12th. The wind god winnows. Here, winnows is the metaphor for separating weak from the strong. Winnows means what? Separating weak from the strong. So, in that line, it is metaphor. So, now we will come to the personification. What is personification? We all know na personification is a poetic device in which it stands for the quality of non-living things. When the poet gives the quality of human being to the non-living thing, that is called personification. So here the wind has been personified and has been addressed as a destructive force of weak things. We all can say na that here the wind is personified, means wind is not a human being, but he is acting like a human being. He is destroying everything. He is harming us, isn't it? So we can see many lines here where the personification is used, isn't it? So his friend is good. He wants to do what you tell him. So wind is not a human being that we can do friendship with the wind, isn't it? We can do the friendship with the wind. And we can also see many lines there, just like you can see the personification used in many lines. Like you can see, he makes strong fires roar and flourish. Here the wind is personified as a human being, isn't it? And line 12 also, we praise him his everyday. Here the wind is personified as a god, isn't it? So we are giving the character of God here to the wind. So many lines we can see in this poetry which is personified, means personification is used there. So now come to the repetition. What is repetition? So repetition, we know na, the word crumbling has been repeated here. See, crumbling doors, crumbling windows and crumbling lives, isn't it? So that got the repetition of crumbling is there. The word crumbling has been repeated. See, getting now all of you? So now what we will do? One more thing is there that is not mentioned on the screen. Anaphora. What is anaphora? So anaphora is a very important poetic device. You can write this. Anaphora means repetition of the same word in the successive lines. It increases see how it got repeated. Don't, isn't it? Repetition of don't, repetition of you, repetition of crumbling, repetition of letter S. When the same words come in the consecutive lines, that is called anaphora. Isn't it, dear children? I think you all understood this poetry, isn't it? And it is very clear. So there is no need to tell the central theme or the message. Everything I have told you. Okay. But once again, at last, I want to tell you the main theme of the poetry. In this poem, the wind gives us strength to face the challenges. The author has advised us to be strong in mind and body. The wind will be our friend when we are strong here. Wind represents the difficulties and challenges that we all face and go through in our lives. We should face our challenges bravely and with courage. We have to be strong when there are difficulties in our lives so that we can face them boldly. Thank you, dear children. Hope you all understood my poetry. Thank you so much.